There is a danger greater than open enemies, and it rarely announces itself with a sword in its hand. The enemy who stands before you declares war. He reveals his intentions through resistance, criticism, and opposition. You can prepare for him. You can defend yourself against him. But the false friend enters your life through smiles, agreements, and comforting words. He does not knock down the gates. He is invited inside. Most people spend their lives fearing those who dislike them, while placing blind trust in those who claim to care. Yet history, experience, and human nature reveal a different truth. The deepest wounds are seldom inflicted by strangers. They are delivered by those who once sat beside us, shared our confidence, and learned the map of our weaknesses. The tragedy is not that fake friends exist. The tragedy is that most people refuse to recognize them until the damage is done. Human beings possess an intense desire for belonging. We seek companionship because isolation feels unbearable. We crave validation because uncertainty makes us uncomfortable. We surround ourselves with people, not always because they are worthy of trust, but because we fear loneliness more than deception. This fear creates the perfect environment for false friendships. The fake friend understands something that many people overlook. He understands that trust is more powerful than force. Force can break a person from the outside. Trust allows a person to be broken from within. Notice how easily people reveal themselves when they believe they are among friends. They speak freely. They expose their dreams. They confess their insecurities. They reveal ambitions they would never share with the world. In these moments, they are vulnerable. They are unguarded. They believe they are safe. But not everyone listening is celebrating their growth. Some are studying them. There are people who sit beside you, not because they admire your journey, but because they are measuring it. They watch your progress with hidden resentment. They applaud your victories while secretly hoping for your failure. Their smiles become masks, covering emotions they dare not express openly. Envy rarely introduces itself honestly. No one says, "I resent your success." Instead, envy disguises itself as concern. It questions your ambitions. It discourages your risks. It suggests limitations. It whispers caution precisely when courage is required. The fake friend often appears reasonable because destruction rarely arrives in dramatic form. It arrives through subtle influence, through repeated doubt, through carefully chosen words, through discouragement delivered with a friendly tone. Many dreams have been buried, not by enemies, but by companions who convince their owners to abandon them. The dangerous thing about false friendship is that it rarely seeks immediate destruction. It prefers gradual erosion. It works slowly, patiently, and quietly. A stone is not shattered by a single drop of water. It is worn away by countless drops over time. Likewise, a person's confidence is rarely destroyed in one moment. It is weakened through repeated exposure to negativity, manipulation, and disguised hostility. The fake friend becomes an expert in this process. He praises you just enough to keep your trust. He criticizes you just enough to create doubt. He supports you just enough to maintain access. He undermines you just enough to limit your growth. Everything is balanced carefully. Everything is calculated. And because the damage is small and gradual, you fail to notice it. Many people assume friendship is proven through proximity. They believe that years of association automatically create loyalty. But time alone proves nothing. A person may stand beside you for 10 years and never truly stand with you. Length of acquaintance is not evidence of character. Shared memories do not guarantee shared values. The world is full of people who remain connected by habit rather than loyalty. The fake friend survives because people mistake familiarity for trustworthiness. Consider how often individuals tolerate betrayal simply because it comes from someone they have known for a long time. They excuse dishonesty. They justify manipulation. They ignore disrespect. They become prisoners of history. They tell themselves, "We've been friends for years." But years cannot transform deception into loyalty. Years cannot convert selfishness into virtue. Years cannot make poison nutritious. The truth remains unchanged, regardless of how long it has existed. A false friend remains false even after decades. One of the clearest signs of a fake friend appears during moments of transformation. As long as you remain predictable, many people feel comfortable around you. As long as you remain average, dependent, and unthreatening, they enjoy your company. But the moment you begin evolving, something changes. Growth reveals hidden intentions. Your ambition becomes a mirror reflecting their stagnation. Your discipline exposes their excuses. Your progress challenges their comfort. Suddenly, the encouragement fades, the enthusiasm disappears, the support weakens, not because you have become worse, because you have become stronger. There are people who love the version of you that needed them, but resent the version that no longer does. This is why success often creates distance. Not because success corrupts friendships, because success reveals them. When your life improves, hidden emotions emerge from the shadows. Those who genuinely care celebrate your victories as though they were their own. Those driven by envy experience your success as a personal defeat. The difference becomes impossible to hide forever. Observe carefully how people respond when fortune favors you. Words can lie. Reactions rarely do. The fake friend struggles to celebrate what he secretly wishes belonged to him. His congratulations feel forced. His excitement lacks sincerity. His support carries invisible resistance. He smiles with his mouth, while disappointment lingers in his eyes. Human beings can disguise many things, but envy always leaks through the cracks, eventually. Yet fake friendship is not always motivated by envy. Sometimes it is motivated by utility. Some individuals approach relationships as transactions. They calculate value constantly. They ask themselves what can be gained, extracted, or exploited. As long as benefits exist, loyalty appears strong. As long as advantages remain available, commitment seems genuine. But the moment circumstances change, the relationship dissolves. The fake friend remains present, not because of who you are, but because of what you provide. Perhaps it is status. Perhaps it is influence. Perhaps it is resources. Perhaps it is emotional support. Whatever the benefit may be, it becomes the true foundation of the connection. When the benefit disappears, so does the friendship. This reality can be painful because people prefer idealistic visions of human nature. They want to believe that every relationship is built upon affection and respect. But maturity requires seeing reality clearly, rather than comfortably. Not everyone enters your life to walk beside you. Some enter to use your path. This understanding should not create bitterness. It should create awareness. Bitterness blinds. Awareness protects. There is a profound difference between becoming cynical and becoming wise. The cynical person trusts no one. The wise person trusts carefully. The cynical person sees betrayal everywhere. The wise person sees reality as it is. The cynical person closes every door. The wise person learns which doors deserve to remain open. Wisdom is not the rejection of friendship. It is the refinement of friendship. It is the recognition that genuine loyalty is rare and therefore valuable. The strongest friendships are not built upon constant agreement. They are built upon truth. A real friend is willing to challenge you when necessary. A real friend speaks honestly, even when honesty is uncomfortable. A real friend values your growth more than your approval. This is why genuine friendship sometimes feels difficult. Truth creates friction. Flattery creates comfort. The fake friend specializes in comfort. The real friend specializes in truth. Most people prefer comfort until comfort begins destroying them. The fake friend tells you what you want to hear. The real friend tells you what you need to hear. One preserves your illusions. The other strengthens your character. And character matters far more than comfort. A person surrounded by flattering voices becomes weak because weakness thrives in environments where truth is absent. Growth requires confrontation. Growth requires self-awareness. Growth requires criticism delivered with sincere intentions. The fake friend avoids these responsibilities because his goal is not your improvement. His goal is maintaining his position within your life. Authenticity threatens that position. Truth threatens that position. Your evolution threatens that position. Therefore, he encourages stagnation while pretending to offer support. This is why careful observation is essential. Do not judge people solely by their words. Study their patterns, study their consistency, study their behavior during difficult moments. Anyone can appear loyal when conditions are favorable. Anyone can smile during celebrations. Anyone can offer support when support costs nothing. Character reveals itself when loyalty becomes expensive. Who remains when your value decreases? Who stands beside you when your reputation suffers? Who tells you the truth when deception would be easier? Who celebrates your victories without jealousy? Who respects your boundaries without resentment? These questions expose reality. Life eventually places every relationship under pressure. Pressure removes disguises. Pressure reveals motives. Pressure separates genuine connections from artificial ones. And when that separation occurs, do not mourn every departure. Not every loss is a tragedy. Sometimes distance is protection. Sometimes disappointment is education. Sometimes betrayal is revelation. A person who exposes his false nature has given you valuable knowledge. Painful knowledge, perhaps, but valuable nonetheless. Many individuals spend years trying to preserve relationships that should have ended long ago. They fear letting go because they mistake familiarity for necessity. Yet strength often begins with subtraction. A gardener does not hesitate to remove dead branches, not because he hates the tree, because he wants it to flourish. Likewise, there are relationships that consume energy without contributing growth. Relationships that drain confidence. Relationships that reward mediocrity. Relationships that punish ambition. Relationships that disguise hostility as friendship. Holding on to such connections does not demonstrate loyalty. It demonstrates fear. The courage to walk away is sometimes the highest form of self-respect. This does not mean seeking conflict. It does not mean becoming hostile. It means recognizing that peace is often found not in changing people, but in choosing who receives access to your life. Your attention is valuable. Your trust is valuable. Your time is valuable. These resources should not be distributed carelessly. Every person granted access influences your thoughts, your emotions, and your direction. Choose wisely. A single loyal friend is worth more than a crowd of admirers. A single honest companion is worth more than 100 flattering voices. A single trustworthy ally is worth more than endless social approval. Quality outweighs quantity in every meaningful relationship. The world encourages accumulation. Collect more followers. Collect more connections. Collect more acquaintances. But wisdom asks a different question. Who among them would remain if every advantage disappeared? Who among them values truth over convenience? Who among them wishes for your growth, even when it surpasses their own? These are the people worth keeping close. These are the people worth trusting. And these are the people who become increasingly rare as life reveals the true nature of human character. The greatest mistake is not being betrayed by a fake friend. Betrayal is often unavoidable because deception exists. The greatest mistake is refusing to learn from the experience. Every disappointment contains a lesson. Every betrayal contains a revelation. Every false friendship exposes something important about human nature and about ourselves. Learn to observe more carefully. Learn to trust more wisely. Learn to value character above charm. And most importantly, learn that solitude is far less dangerous than false companionship. For loneliness may test your patience, but fake friendship corrodes your soul. An enemy can only attack your defenses. A fake friend gains access to your heart. That is why the wise person does not fear standing alone when necessary. He understands that genuine companionship is built upon truth, respect, and loyalty, while false companionship is merely a beautiful disguise hiding corruption beneath the surface. And in the end, it is always better to walk a difficult road alone than to travel an easy road beside those secretly, hoping you never reach your destination.